Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we want to give all praise, honor, glory, and worship unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakachodash. And double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who taught us this 100% truth according to the measure of the Holy Spirit. And peace and blessings and safety to the Lord's elect. Coming back with a quick hit, Lord willing, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. It's edifying. Title this one is just the Eve and the Serpent. You know, and when we say Eve, we are referring to the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American woman, you know, because our women, they go back to that woman Eve that was in the garden,
right.
You know, and during that time, Eve has pretty much made a covenant with the serpent, man, you know, an agreement with the serpent, you know, in exchange for power and liberty, you know what I'm saying, which is outside of the order of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And this picture right here, it's a picture from 1965. The caption says, Black Americans employed at the Social Security Administration in 1965. Now, if you look at the picture, all of the so-called Black Americans, because we're not black, our skin is brown, they all are women. You know, they all are women. There's not one so-called black man in this picture. It's all women. And somebody had commented and pointed that out, which we know that Eve was deceived by the serpent, you know, and we know historically here in America, you know, they set up things, especially during the 60s, 70s, 80s, to pretty much destroy the so-called black family structure, you know.
I wanted to say this too because, you know, hey, you know, the serpent beguiled, you know, Eve in a garden, okay, but he's doing that same thing, okay, because hey, Esau knows that the Lord deals with the men of Israel, man. Okay, so he's pretty much, you know, using the woman again, because hey, that's why the Lord said it's a new thing in the earth. A woman shall surpass a man. Okay. That's something new.
I can get that.
Yeah, you can get that, brother.
Start with that.
Because hey, you think a woman was surpassing a man in the ancient days, man?
Right.
No, man, hell no.
This is Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord have created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. And
it was ultimately the will of the Lord, okay? Because, hey, man, you know, we transgress our transgressions and iniquities, man. So the Lord literally, you know, put us below. Mm-hmm. You know, that's why the scripture's going to how the yoke is, you know, heavier upon the sons of Adam. But look at the women today, okay? Look at the women today, man. They're set on a pedestal in this society. They don't do a goddamn thing. They don't got nothing to do with this society being built up, man.
Right.
Okay, they're just reaping all the benefits, man. Mm-hmm. You know?
It says, I'm going to read one more time, Jeremiah 31, verse 22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth. So what Esau did, he brought in a new thing in the earth because Esau worshiped women. You know, Esau himself is not a real man. You know, Esau himself don't know how to keep his woman in order. So he want that same chaos for the rest of the world. It says, a woman shall compass a man.
She be like, hey, you ever saw the Edomite woman cussing out her husband? Mm-hmm. She be like, fuck you, John.
Right.
You like, honey, what did I do?
Yeah, right.
You know, it's not a nigga woman trying to play that shit with us. Mm-hmm. She getting bopped upside the head, man.
God,
you know?
I remember I used to work valet at the Westin, and you would have, you know, Edomite families that come check in and stuff. So I'd be like, you know, I'm asking them for information so I can fill out the card. And the white, you know, Edomite dude always say, oh, you gotta talk to her, she's the boss. You know, you gotta talk to her, she's the boss. That's their favorite line, you know? But anyway, this 2 Corinthians 11:3. But I fear, least by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your mind should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Hamashiach. You know, and that's like brother said, the serpent beguiled Eve, and the serpent is the same spirit that was in the serpent is the same spirit that's in the so-called white man today.
That's right, brother. To
rebel against the Heavenly Father and against the order and against the way things should be. You know, he's coming in that same stead. And how did he do that? You know, like we was saying, some examples like you had the WIC programs. You know,
Planned
Parenthood. You know, like I said, they gave our women better jobs than the men. Or they didn't give the men no jobs and they just gave the women jobs.
And because having to be honest, a woman plays an important role within the house, man. Mm-hmm. You know, because she's the nourisher.
Right.
And, you know, and she's supposed to really get the housework together.
Yes.
Get the children together in order. So Esau do that. Yep. So what Esau would do was he would take because I remember a long time ago when my mother was getting all type of shit from Esau. I had a stepfather that lived in the house, and every blue moon they would come out. And when they came out, they was looking at the shoes, the toothbrushes. They was counting them like, okay, you got 2 kids. Why is it 4 toothbrushes?
Oh, damn.
They were looking to see if an actual man lived there, because they would literally cut you off of your the support that he was giving you back in those days.
Right. Which means what? So now instead of you getting support from your head, your husband, you getting support from the fucking government, which is pretty much the so-called white man.
That's the enemy of your husband, you know?
Yeah, that's right. More importantly, he's the enemy of your husband. What type of shit is that? This 1 Timothy 5:14. I will therefore that the younger women marry, bear children, guide the house, give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully. So, hey, that's our women. They've pretty much failed at that, because it said that the younger women marry. These young women nowadays, they don't want to marry. They
want to be lesbians,
right? Or they want to live their life until they 30, and the box is broken.
Elder Malcolm said cock carousel. They want to ride the
right.
Cock
Yeah,
carousel.
They want to ride the cock carousel for a couple years. They're not thinking I'm gonna be a virgin and I'm gonna get married. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be my husband's for life. They're not thinking like that. And then it said guide the house. So Esau, he took this. He saw this scripture. He said, like you said, they play a poor role in the house. They guide the house. So he said, you got to get the women out the house.
That's right. And then it's to a point where you would even have a woman say she not worried about a man's rod. She's so busy getting money.
Right.
Esau got them on this career path. Mm-hmm. I'm good. I'm trying to get this money right now. You got women literally saying that. Yeah, she don't want no rod.
Right. Yep. And that's pretty much what a man should be saying. That's pretty much how a man should be thinking. It says,
but the woman don't want no rod, and that's a tactic that Esau used. So what ultimately, because the Lord told us to be fruitful and multiply, man. Okay. So a woman's supposed to want rod from her husband, man. Right. She should want to give birth, man. Right. To keep us, But that's just a tactic that Esau used to consume the nation of Israel. Okay. And then it's just a bunch of shit, man.
Yep. That's why the scripture say that Adam was not deceived, but the woman was deceived, being in a transgression. And our women, they still deceived to this day. And we speaking about it. It says, reading on, give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully.
And she did the complete opposite.
I was about to say, right, exactly. That was the point.
Hey, look, and when you get a chance, get that Matthew 3:27.
All right, and this is the last verse. This it says, verse 15. For some are already turned aside after Satan. So the scriptures is true, man. Our women, they turned aside, after this man and his system, which is obviously a beast, antichrist, as they say, anti-Messiah system. Yeah. It said Matthew 24:3.
Mark 3:27, I think. They're going to something like a bond a man and to spoil his home.
Oh, right, kind
of. That's one of Esau's tactics,
Mm-hmm. This is Mark chapter 3, verse 27. No man can enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he will first bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his house.
Right, and that's what Esau do. He binds the strong man, the man. Okay, through who? The Israelite woman.
Right.
Okay, because the Israelite woman is literally the Esau's pit bull. Right. Okay, because that's why the scriptures say that the woman's heart is snares and nets, and her hands is as bands. What does a net do? It catches you.
Right. Traps you up.
It traps you up. Right. Bands like cuffs. Yep. So pretty much Esau uses the Israelite woman to snare the Israelite man.
Right.
So and then she wonder why she's raising children off the hook, man. She's wonder why both of her sons and gang banging and robbing and shooting. Okay.
In and out of jail.
In and out of jail.
Right.
Cause she's she's creating little monsters, man.
Right. Yeah, that's gonna say that. Right. That these menstruous women shall bring forth monsters, man. And why? This all started because, like I said, he got him out the house. It was an interview with Aaron Russo and he was talking about how the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers, their goal is to have people see him. You know what I'm saying? And he asked the interviewer. He said, "Why do you think women's liberation happened?" And the dude said, "Well, you know, for women's rights." He said, "You're an idiot." He said, "The reason why women's liberation happened was to kill the family structure, to take the women out the house, and to divide the incomes. So now a man no longer gets paid enough to, you know, take care of his home.
And then the woman I gotta step up and do this.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
And then he hold all type of shit, like felonies and different things like that towards the man, to where, hey, because Esau's whole main objective is, you know, to make it hard for these men, to where a man say, look, I can't provide for my family doing this. And he want the man to resort to some wickedness, like, you know, hustling or, you know, robbing, so he can lock him up in prison.
Yep.
You know?
And the cycle continues. That's why Psalms 83 verse 3, it says, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. And this is just an example of that crafty counsel, man. You know what I'm saying? This guy you got the child support thing, you know.
Which that's wicked, okay? And then it's not even the child support. The whole system is literally a private owned. It's like private. It don't have nothing to do with the government.
Right.
You know, it's just some private, you know, fucking wicked shit, man. You know. And
the elder Malcolm, he already proved and brought out how that shit was, you know, unconstitutional.
It's unconstitutional because, you know, at the end of the day, you know, and it also pushes the kids against the man, because it's like, you know, a man pays child support.
Right.
He already working a job making crumbs.
Right.
So here it is, and then the woman, she's the overseer over the child support account. She's taking money, literally buying things for her. Okay, and then when that child needs some shit, and she said, well, your dad don't want to get it because, hey, he paying the child support.
Right.
And then now the child looking at the father crazy.
Right.
You know?
Because, you know, the mom talking shit.
Yeah.
And telling the kids, your daddy this, he ain't do this. He could have did that. But they don't tell him, because my mom ain't tell me, you know what I'm saying, how much my dad was dishing out every week for child support.
Hey, that shit crazy, Jake. That's why the scripture's going to how when a woman leave it for man, she's supposed to leave with nothing. But here it is. You know, hey, I had a chick I was dealing with. Me and her was together for about 18 months. But her ex was paying child support to her. She had the card. And I said, man, get that nigga the card. We don't need it.
Right.
You know, let him pay child support. Let him get the money back. You know what I'm saying? We good. I'm taking care of his son. We good.
Right.
Because this man got a whole other household. But I use this for my food and man, give him the card back. We good over here. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And if me and you happen not to work out, then you could order a new card and get one too. You know?
It's Genesis chapter 3 real quick and verse 12. And the man said, the woman whom thou gavest to be with me, she gave me of the tree and I did eat. And Yahweh power said unto the woman, what is this that thou hast done? And the woman said, the serpent beguiled me and I did eat. You know? And they still eating to this day. You know? I got one last one.
And that's when the serpent and Eve shook hands and became partners.
Right.
And it's really showing now. You know? Hey, man, because, hey, even with these women, man, you know, the serpent got the Israelite woman mind. Like, you can have a body, man. You know, you niggas got the body, but who has the mind? Esau. He has these women mind.
Yep.
So it don't matter who laying with her every night. You know, guarantee you, she's moving according to Esau.
Right. You may say that don't even make sense. But then when you ask our women about their fundamental beliefs, as far as like, do you think a woman and a man is equal? Do you think abortion is, you know what I'm saying, abortion?
My body, my choice.
Yep. You know what I'm saying? And that's all Esau's philosophies. You know what I'm saying? That's all part of the image of the beast.
The holidays. Who's the forefront runner of damn holidays, man?
What did
bankrupted the whole house to bring Christmas for?
Right, God.
That's Esau.
Yep. And they gonna believe in white Jesus too.
Oh,
you sit up there trying to tell them that the Lord look like you, they gonna give you a fight.
Hey, look, that's the spirit, because it was this Edomite. He always stand by my job with a cardboard that says Jesus on the front and back. And I literally walked up and took a picture of this nigga, and you could just see the heathens. They just ran right past him. Right. Here you got the Israelite woman, nigga woman rolling the window down. Hallelujah, hallelujah. All the Israelites, hallelujah. All Jakes though, right. But it's mainly the Israelite woman. Right. You know, the heathens just ran past grid.
And that's how you know who Eve is. Yeah. That's how you know who Eve is, because the other nations' women, they not as deceived as our women. You know what I'm saying? This is this is Micah chapter 7. I'm gonna start at 9. I will bear the indignation of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, because I have sinned against him, until he plead my cause. Right. And ultimately, you know, both sides, both Adam and Eve is both responsible, man, because eventually Adam was overcome and he hearkened unto his wife, you know. And so now this is the punishment, and this is really pretty much like as bad as it can get, you know, because we at the end. So the Lord is showing us just how bad it could get. And
that's a prime example of what you get out of following a damn woman.
Right.
And running behind a woman, you know? Well, she's the boss. She's the boss.
Right.
That's the prime example of why we should, and this is why a woman shouldn't lead, man. A woman shouldn't lead, man.
This is Proverbs 31, verse 3. Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. Like the brother said, man, you know, see, a woman, there's another scripture in Isaiah. It's Isaiah chapter 3, I think. No. Bear with me 2 seconds, Salagi. It's Isaiah 3 and verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. And they which, O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err. So like I said, a woman not supposed to lead, man, because when a woman leads, they cause our people to err, you know. And that's what Adam did. He allowed his woman to, you know, influence him, you know, and now we here, man. And our ways, our path have been destroyed, man. You know, we were kings, and Adam was a king, you know, and his way was destroyed by a woman.
Hey, you know, to all you jakes out there that hate your life and hate these circumstances that we live in, okay? Hey, blame the Israelite woman, right? You know. Hey, it's because of her, man.
Right, your back hurt.
You know what I'm saying?
Your back hurt because of her.
Everything.
You sick, you about to die, it's because of her.
You know?
They said the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all
died, man. So, hey, maybe that'll change the mentality of some of you niggas, man. Especially you black conscious niggas. Right. The black woman is God. Well, let the black woman say you in Jacob's trouble then, man.
Like, come on, man, that don't even make sense. But it says, children are their oppressors, and that's not. And who are these children being raised by? The women. You know, that's why the Lord said, "They which lead thee cause thee to err." It said,
to be in all actuality, the kids is being raised by Esau, because here it is. You take the man out of the household. Right. That leaves the woman. She want to go work. Right. So she gonna dump the kids off the daycare and school and daycare. Right. Here it is. I was just telling the chick, man. You in the morning, you wake up, take your daughter to school at 7:30 in the morning. She get out of school at 4. You send her off to daycare. You pick her up at fucking 8 at night. You feed her. She go to bed. You get back up, do the same thing over again. Who raising her?
Damn. Yeah,
you don't have no time to raise her.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's the whole day, you know. And our people, they cool with them their kids. They really trust. That's why the scriptures speak about them leaning on this system. You know, because they really trust in the system to the point where they allow it to raise their children, man. They willing for their kids to be at school and daycare for 12 hours in a day, and for them to only see their kids for 4 hours. Mm-hmm. It says, so back in Micah chapter 7 and verse 9, it says, I will bear the indignation of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, because I have sinned against him, until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me. He will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy God?
I want to say this too, man. Mm-hmm. The Israelite woman is literally going to realize that she made a big mistake, man, by turning her back on the Israelite man. Right. She's going to really realize that she made a big mistake. You know, because, hey, man, you know, you're going to need that Israelite man, you know, soon, man. The scriptures say that the Lord is going to make a man more precious than fine gold, man. See, right now, these women are looked at as precious.
Right.
You know, in the sight of these men. We know the real about these women. They defile, they contaminated. You know, they got all type of rods that been inside of them. Right. You know, all the niggas even spray, niggas, multiple men been shooting up the club. Right. They got all these spirits dwelling, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So we know that these women, we know the truth about these women, but a lot of these dudes, these Tyrones out here, you know.
Right. Ray ain't got a clue, man. It says, reading on, Micah 7 verse 10, reading on, it says, where is the Lord thy God? My eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. So like you said, man, our women, they got a judgment coming, man. And it's not going to be pretty. You know what I'm saying? Because our women, they pretty much come up against this Hebrew Israelite thing. You know what I'm saying? They come up against us, they taunt us, and they scoff, whether out loud or in their mind. You know what I'm saying? Our people are against this so-called movement.
When all hell break loose, you know, these women going to be like, that Yahweh Shem Yahushua you was talking about, where is it? Can he help me?
Right. Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
She gonna be asking for the Lord at that time. Right. She ain't want nothing to do with the Lord.
The Lord said they're gonna be trodden down, man. It's the mire in the street, man.
That's right.
You know, because a woman is pretty much defenseless unless she has a man. You know? And you come into a time, Jacob's trouble, where you ain't gonna have the same laws you trust in.
Hey, look. That's a woman move right there. Grab that phone.
Right.
Hey, because the phone is a woman's second heart. You know what I'm saying? Right. Grab that phone, hit them 3 numbers, 911. That bitch gonna be beep.
Right. And then that real fear gonna step in. You know what I'm saying? Dread is gonna overcome them. You know what I'm saying? But hey, you know that's all I had, Lord willing. I think that's it. Let's read that Proverbs. I'll read this last one more time though. Proverbs 31 and 3 again, it says, give not thy strength unto women. And right, meaning your strength unto women, meaning what? Don't allow her to influence you, you know what I'm saying, and pretty much take away your power as a man. You know what I'm saying? Take away your power from what your position is and what you're supposed to be doing and how you're supposed to be, you know, handling yourself and handling the situation. Don't allow a woman to sway you, you know, with emotions or anything, you know, because men tend to think with logic, you know. It says, give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. Right, you know, telling women your secrets and shit, you know, that's how Samson got caught up, you know. And, you know, like I said, we was once kings, but we was cast down. But that's it, you know, like I said, just a quick hit, Lord, it's edifying. We're going to give all praise, honor, glory, and worship to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the Apostle Ezra's Great Millstone. Kwame Yasharala, Shalom, Baba.